right, hello. So just sat back down. Hectic bloody morning. Having a look at this rash stuff that got sent out earlier. Gonna do a couple of things. Well, again, right now we've got, you see here, game one. Oops, wrong mouse, wrong computer. Too many screens here. We got game 121, Cincinnati, Miami, Ohio. When I come in here just before, the live line was down to 37. They recommended over 46. Had a few little nips at the 37 playing earlier, but again, if you missed it earlier, looks like all the way through live you've been able to play the over here. Let me see what some line history was. Pre-game, we got to the 46, and then it jumped up to, all right, got up to 50, and then down to 45, 44, 42, 41 live. Sailed all the way down. Again, some of the opportunities with these things is to, play them before and then follow them up live. You could have played all the way down to, if we keep looking, checking, 49, 39, got down to 37, 36 and a half, 34 and a half, 34, 33 and a half, 33, 32 and a half, got down to some 32 and a half, 32, and then that's when it seemed to have stabilized and gone up ever since. It was at 37 for a long time, and then obviously there was a score, went from 37 to 43 pretty quickly, and it's sitting around 43 and a half. So 121, Right Angle Sports, delivered over 46, and pretty much the whole way through you've been able to bet over. So if you sort of chipped away and kept building a position, you could have been over 32, 32 and a half, 33. Now it's at 43, and depending on what your risk is, you could have played back the other way. But this is something worthwhile. If you really find a tipster or a pick service that's you think really good, watch them during the live positions, see how they're going. Even when they lose, they don't seem to lose by much. So even if a game's playing a little differently, maybe in the first half, there's a reason they played that thing at the beginning of the game. So it's worthwhile watching some of that stuff. Another one we've got that hasn't started yet, and I'm going to play around a bit with this one. Get the control, get the family open. So they released first half Virginia Tech, game 159, starts in about 45 minutes. They released at -9.5 first half. Computer, I need to make sure I don't change that line. All right, so oops, wrong one. All right, I need to bring out the so while we're looking at this one, I'm going to play around with this. The others, those added games, they're tough. Duquesne, they released it +21. It just started not long ago, and it was down to 17.5. So there's not much there. And then the Georgetown Sacred Heart under 47 dropped to 44.5. And I'm not seeing any live business on this, but just let me sort this out. If anyone's looking for Virginia Tech first half, I'm going to play around with this, and there'll be a little bit of value brought to you very shortly. I've got to log into all these different things. This keyboard goes with this computer. So hopefully everyone's having a solid day. Backing some winners, surely backing some losers. That's the way it goes. You get better at copy and pasting these passwords. All right, so I'm going to refresh this up. Get up this Virginia Tech. 159. And I am going to take this off this. And for a couple of people, if you happen to be hanging in there, I am going to go -9 first half. The release was -9.5. I'm here giving you some -9. Let me see what the limit is here. Looks like 5K limits. And that's where we're at right now. So Right Angle Sports released Virginia Tech -9.5. Prime Sports in Ohio and New Jersey should be showing -9. So grab some. It's not going to be there all day. It's going to be there for a short time. And there we go. We've got someone picking it up. All right, there's a second bet. It's a -9, Virginia Tech, first half against Old Dominion, released by Right Angle Sports at -9.5. We're removing the hook and allowing you to get a little taste. Let's see what's going on with this other game. 121. 21, where you sitting at? So currently it's at 41.5. Cincinnati, Miami, Ohio. No, let's see some 41. The fuck they got? Okay. All right. Checking it out. Still got some 9. Looks like a few people are taking a taste. Random. What do we got? All right, that's a nice little fill at -9. Gonna put it back to 9. Oops. -9.5 for any others that want a little taste before going back to possibly 10, maybe 9.5, -20. But let's see what we've got here. Yeah, getting a little bit of taste at 9.5. All right, well, every day I do these things, more and more people are coming in and playing them. So the windows that I have these open are going to get shorter and shorter and shorter. What I may do is reduce the limits on some of these and take a smaller whack for more people. But right now, we've got a bunch of people just got some -9. Looks like 10 across the board, most places. Some not, 1 or 2 9.5s. Get this up. Here we go. All right. Get a few more, getting a little taste, and then I will turn this off and I will go back to what I was doing. And if they don't see anything else, or if I don't find anything else during the day, I will be back at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern with Scott at Vegas Horse Pools. And we will be going through what it looks like the positions are on the Survivor and the Millions. And I will be given some open positions and what we're seeing across the board on this kind of stuff. We had one last week where I think bulk of the money was on Tennessee, but we had significant amount of sharp money on Chicago. While it was hard work to get there, the smart guys ended up getting the money on that game. But again, once you have this information, the key is to really, if you want to play it beforehand, go right ahead, but watch the stuff live, because there's always going to be opportunities. Now, granted, a lot of the stuff can move against you in those first stages, and you never get an opportunity to get a better price than what was released, and therefore you don't really want to tip into it. But there is a lot a lot of games where no matter what you bet at the beginning of the game, you could get better both sides with live betting these days. With the fluctuations and the way they move, I don't have stats. I don't know the exact number, but I imagine majority of the games at some point you'll be able to get a better number on either side, over under, potentially than what you get at the beginning of the game. So if you've got a tout, or you've got a something you really follow, or you've got a model even that does pregame and you haven't quite developed it for live yet, but you know that the numbers are really good pregame, trust the numbers, trust the release, trust things, and take those opportunities. And maybe you lose that original bet, but something you did during the play ends up winning, and then you break square or even win small or whatnot. So all right, we got another bet, and that's pretty much it. Gonna turn that off, turn this back on, and shut it down. So all the best for the rest of the day. And again, be back at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, with a look at the Circa Million Survivor and how those numbers relate to what Prime's been doing this week so far, and going into tomorrow. All right, all the best. Good luck.